A'ja Wilson just witnessed her worst nightmare come true, and she's throwing a massive tantrum. Nike's new From Anywhere campaign featuring Caitlin Clark just launched with Travis Kelce, Jason Kelce, and Travis Scott. Meanwhile, Wilson's signature shoe sits collecting dust on shelves months after launch. The contrast couldn't be more brutal. Clark's upcoming 2026 signature line is projected to hit $100 million in sales, while Wilson's been reduced to posting, "I have a shoe too" on social media. What happened behind the scenes at Nike that led to this complete brand shift and dumping Wilson altogether? Let us know down in the comments below why you think Nike dumped Wilson, and don't forget to show your love for Caitlin.
Hey, Caitlin, you're a pretty good basketball player, but you make it from here.
Jason, show them how you make it rain from downtown.
Can you hit it from here, Caitlin? Gotta make your free throws.
So right here. Yep. Oh.
Bet you can't do that, Caitlin.
Anyone else?
Nike just released their From Anywhere campaign, and it sent shockwaves through the basketball world. The commercial features Caitlin Clark alongside Travis Scott, Michael Che, and both Kelce brothers. This isn't just any endorsement deal. This is Nike making a statement about who they see as the future of basketball marketing. The commercial traces Clark's journey from practicing shots in her driveway to becoming a global basketball icon. Nike chose an understated tone that focuses purely on Clark's game rather than flashy narration. They're positioning this exactly like their most successful basketball campaigns from the past. The celebrity cameos aren't random either. These are A-list names that amplify Clark's cultural reach far beyond basketball. Meanwhile, A'ja Wilson's signature shoe remains stacked on store shelves months after its launch. The numbers don't lie. Wilson's shoe isn't moving, while industry experts project Clark's upcoming 2026 signature line will generate over $100 million in sales. Nike executives are quietly admitting they completely misjudged the market demand for Wilson's brand.
Hey, Caitlin! Can you make it from there?
Hey, Caitlin, how about from here?
Come on, guys.
Yeah, she can't make it from there.
No chance.
Caitlin, from me, don't let.
You got it.
I'm not even gonna ask.
Hey, Caitlin, from here might be impressive. Oh, am I right?
Whatever, Che.
So right here.
From there!
The boys wanna be her, the child wanna be her.
From anywhere.
The celebrity lineup in Clark's commercial tells you everything about Nike's priorities. Travis Scott brings massive cultural influence. The Kelce brothers connect her to NFL stardom. Michael Che adds comedy credibility. Wilson gets none of this star power because brands know she doesn't have that same universal appeal. Nike's investment in the From Anywhere campaign represents a complete strategic shift. They're betting everything on Clark's ability to transcend basketball and reach mainstream audiences. The production value, celebrity budget, and Christmas Day release date show Nike believes Clark can deliver Jordan-level cultural impact. Wilson's social media activity during Clark's campaign launch revealed her true feelings. She posted subtle digs about deserving recognition, while Clark's commercial dominated every sports conversation. Wilson can't understand why Nike chose authenticity over her established WNBA resume.
You had the reaction at the time, the delayed not denied post from A'ja Wilson, and then A'ja's shoe comes out and so on and so forth, and that was a big rollout. And there was speculation that Nike was worried about stepping on toes or offending anybody by launching CC's shoe ahead of everybody else, even though she got the big deal and is the most popular and all that, but it's coming.
Industry insiders reveal Nike executives became increasingly frustrated with Wilson's toxic reputation. Her constant complaints about media coverage and passive-aggressive social media posts created headaches for the marketing team. Brands want athletes who elevate their image, not create controversy. Clark's commercial includes her former Iowa coach Lisa Bluter, showing Nike values loyalty and genuine relationships. They understand Clark's story resonates because it feels real. Wilson's manufactured drama and jealousy campaigns turned off the exact audiences Nike wants to reach. The timing of Nike's campaign couldn't be more deliberate. Christmas Day ensures maximum exposure when families gather around televisions. Nike wanted Clark's face to be the first thing basketball fans see during the holiday season.
But it's coming. And I think what it really means is, number one, Nike is going all in on Caitlin Clark after a while, after a little bit of a dormant period. Number two, 2026 is going to be just absolutely massive for her from a marketing standpoint because of that injury. And, because there's going to be such a thirst and hunger to see her play.
Wilson's failure to generate shoe sales exposed what major corporations really think about her marketability. Nike invested millions in Wilson's signature shoe only to watch it fail spectacularly. Clark hasn't even released her signature model yet, and pre-orders are already breaking records. Nike's message rings crystal clear. Clark represents everything they want in a global ambassador, while Wilson embodies everything they're trying to avoid. A'ja Wilson made some bold statements about Caitlin Clark back in their college days. Wilson repeatedly claimed that real elite players need championship rings to prove their worth. She dismissed Clark's abilities because Iowa never captured a national title during Clark's career. Wilson insisted that without that championship hardware, Clark couldn't be considered among the truly great players.
Caitlin Clark, I'm sure you saw, just became the all-time scoring leader in women's college basketball. I'm curious, where would you rank her amongst all-time college players, in your opinion?
Ooh, that's tough because you got to win one. I feel like that college is one of those spaces where you got to win one for them to even have your name in the conversation. And it took me 3 years to win mine, so it's hard.
Wilson earned her championship ring with South Carolina in 2017. She celebrated that victory as validation of her elite status. Wilson used that championship as her calling card when comparing herself to other players. She believed the ring separated her from players who put up impressive numbers but never reached the mountaintop. Wilson's championship became the foundation of her argument against Clark's greatness. But here's where Wilson's logic falls apart completely. South Carolina's roster during Wilson's championship run was absolutely loaded with elite talent. The team featured multiple McDonald's All-Americans and 5-star recruits across every position. Wilson played alongside some of the most highly recruited players in the country. She had Alicia Gray, who was a McDonald's All-American who eventually became an All-WNBA player. Kayla Davis brought elite scoring ability. The roster depth included players who were heavily recruited by powerhouse programs nationwide. Clark's Iowa teams operated with a completely different recruiting philosophy. Iowa developed talent rather than simply collecting 5-star prospects. Clark's supporting cast consisted primarily of 3-star recruits who became exceptional players through development and coaching. Clark elevated their games and turned them into nationally recognized contributors.
I kept thinking the best player in the league should have her own shoe, not just about shoes.
You think?
Yes. Right? I want to get your thoughts on that.
Because you don't need my thoughts. You already know my thoughts.
But that's how young kids, when you're a fan of LeBron, you're a fan of A'ja. I'd love to get your thoughts on that.
She needs her own shoe. Let me answer that. She is the two-time MVP. I'll toot her horn because she won't. Olympic gold medalist, best defensive player, 2 years running. Her team's stop.
The talent gap between these programs reveals everything about their respective journeys. Wilson needed a super team loaded with McDonald's All-Americans to capture her championship. Clark carried Iowa to back-to-back national championship games with players who were overlooked by elite programs. Clark transformed role players into stars, while Wilson played alongside players who were already considered elite prospects. Clark's Iowa teams reached consecutive national finals in 2023 and 2024. They defeated highly ranked opponents throughout those tournament runs. Clark's individual brilliance carried Iowa further than most experts predicted possible. She averaged over 30 points per game during those tournament runs, while facing constant double teams and defensive pressure. Wilson's championship argument looks incredibly short-sighted when you examine Clark's current impact. Clark's influence extends far beyond basketball courts into mainstream culture. She generates television ratings that break decades-old records. Corporate partnerships line up to associate with Clark's brand. Her jersey sales eclipse established WNBA stars by massive margins.
it's one of them ones that's going to set the market on fire and really help Nike's stock, I believe. And whatever the reason for the delay, some of it could just be the production and how long it takes to put all these things together, put a plan like this in place, put a rollout in place.
Clark's college career proved that individual brilliance can transcend team accomplishments. She created a cultural phenomenon without needing a loaded roster. Wilson required elite teammates to achieve her championship goal. Clark accomplished something arguably more impressive by elevating average players to championship-level performance. Wilson's early dismissal of Clark established a pattern of jealousy that followed them both into professional basketball. Wilson couldn't accept that Clark's impact transcended traditional measures of basketball success. Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA with the biggest endorsement deals in league history. The expectations were massive. Clark carried the weight of an entire sport on her shoulders. A'ja Wilson watched this unfold and couldn't hide her frustration. Wilson had been the established face of the WNBA for years, and suddenly this rookie was getting treatment she never experienced. Wilson launched her I Have a Shoe Too social media campaign right as Clark was adjusting to professional basketball. The timing wasn't coincidental. Wilson posted photos of her signature Nike shoe with captions that seemed directed at Clark's massive endorsement deal. Wilson wanted everyone to remember that she also had Nike backing and her own signature model. The posts felt desperate and petty to most fans who recognized the obvious jealousy behind them.
Did you see how many people showed up to watch Caitlin Clark play golf? With actual attention economics at play, Caitlin's participation in any league has an existential bearing. Nobody outside of A'ja herself cares about whether A'ja shows up.
Clark was breaking viewership records every single game during her rookie season. Games featuring Clark drew millions of viewers, compared to the typical few hundred thousand for regular WNBA matchups. Arenas sold out whenever Clark's team visited. Television networks scrambled to broadcast more fever games because the ratings were unprecedented. Wilson watched these numbers climb week after week, while her own games struggled to generate similar interest. Wilson couldn't handle watching Clark dominate every basketball conversation. She felt the spotlight belonged to established stars like herself, who had earned their place through years of WNBA excellence. Wilson started questioning whether Clark actually deserved her Nike endorsement deal. She suggested on social media that Clark's contract was premature and based on hype rather than proven professional accomplishments. The "what is delayed is not denied" posts became Wilson's signature passive-aggressive response to Clark's success. Wilson would celebrate her own achievements with this phrase while Clark was setting rookie records. Every time Clark reached a new milestone, Wilson posted about her own career highlights. Wilson shared throwback photos from her championship seasons. She highlighted her MVP awards and All-Star selections.
That's crazy because literally nobody asked, and sources close to A'ja Wilson decided to answer anyway.
Wilson spent an entire month questioning Clark's impact on the league. She suggested that established players deserved more recognition than rookies receiving massive contracts. Wilson posted about veteran leadership and the importance of paying dues in professional sports. Her social media became a running commentary on why experience should matter more than rookie hype. Fans saw right through Wilson's campaign against Clark. The jealousy became obvious to everyone following women's basketball. Wilson's attempt to diminish Clark's rookie impact backfired completely. Fans rallied around Clark even more strongly because Wilson's behavior made Clark seem like the victim of veteran bullying. Wilson's posts generated criticism rather than support for her position. Wilson's month-long tantrum only proved how much Clark's presence threatened the established order in women's basketball. The old guard was losing relevance while Clark commanded attention they had never experienced. Wilson realized that Clark's arrival changed everything about how the WNBA operated. The awards season would bring Wilson's biggest meltdown yet.
Here it says, in Sportico's year-end list of highest paid female athletes of 2025, Clark ranks 6th overall, earning a combined $16.1 million in 2025 from salary winnings, and endorsements. It represents a $5 million increase from 2024 when she placed number 10 with 11.1. So we up 5 M's in an injury-riddled season. This is legit, man. Am I surprised? No. I mean, it's the GOAT. It's the GOAT. I'm not surprised at all.
Time magazine named Caitlin Clark their Athlete of the Year for 2024. This recognition should have been a massive win for women's basketball. Clark became the first basketball player to receive this honor since LeBron James. The award celebrated her incredible impact on sports culture and her ability to draw massive audiences to women's basketball. Clark's rookie season broke attendance records and television ratings across the entire WNBA. A'ja Wilson couldn't celebrate this achievement for women's basketball. She immediately suggested that Clark's award was influenced by racial factors rather than athletic merit. Wilson's comments revealed her true feelings about Clark's success. She couldn't accept that Clark's cultural impact and basketball excellence earned this recognition. Wilson implied that other players deserved the award more than Clark based on traditional basketball accomplishments.
A'ja Wilson is her name. Quote, "It doesn't matter what we all do as black women, we're still going to be swept underneath the rug. That's why it boils my blood when people say it's not about race, because it is."
Wilson then made a stunning claim about her earning power compared to Clark. She declared that she earns the same speaking fees as Clark for corporate events and public appearances. Wilson wanted everyone to believe that her market value matched Clark's despite the obvious differences in their public appeal. She suggested that speaking fees proved her worth in the marketplace. The evidence tells a completely different story about their respective earning power. Companies constantly announce their partnerships with Clark for speaking engagements and corporate events. Nike features Clark prominently in their marketing materials. Corporate sponsors highlight their association with Clark in press releases and social media campaigns. These companies treat Clark bookings as major announcements worthy of public promotion. Wilson's speaking engagements remain mysteriously quiet by comparison. Companies don't announce Wilson appearances with the same fanfare they give Clark. Corporate sponsors don't feature Wilson in their major marketing campaigns. Her engagements happen without the media coverage and corporate excitement that surrounds Clark's appearances.
Caitlin Clark at number 6. So there you have it. She finished number 6. There is not another women's basketball player on this list. So when y'all try to have these nonsense conversations about who's the face of women's basketball, I mean, come on. It's not rocket science. This is not hard to figure out. Caitlin Clark is the face of the WNBA, clearly, but Caitlin Clark's damn near the face of basketball, period, male and female.
Clark commands 6-figure fees for speaking engagements according to industry sources. Corporate event planners specifically request Clark because she guarantees packed audiences and media attention. Her appearance at corporate events generates social media buzz and news coverage that extends far beyond the actual event. Companies know that booking Clark creates value beyond just her speaking content. Wilson's desperate attempt to match Clark's earning claims only highlighted how far behind she really is. The speaking fee comparison became another embarrassing moment in Wilson's ongoing campaign against Clark's success. Wilson couldn't provide specific examples of her high-profile speaking engagements to back up her claims about matching Clark's fees. Wilson's attacks on Clark's Time magazine recognition made her look petty and jealous to basketball fans. Clark continued focusing on basketball and team success while Wilson complained about awards and recognition. The contrast between their public behavior became more obvious with each Wilson outburst. Clark rose above the drama and maintained her positive public image. She thanked Time magazine graciously and used the platform to promote women's basketball. Wilson's behavior only reinforced why companies choose Clark over established players for major partnerships.
The Caitlin Clark takeover continues as she soars up the list for the highest paid female athlete in all of sports, destroying everyone in the WNBA. She clearly easily topped that list. Nobody else even made it on that side. Nobody else from the WNBA even made it.
Caitlin Clark's path from overlooked college recruit to global basketball icon shows what happens when talent meets genuine character. She transformed Iowa into a championship contender without five-star teammates. She carried that same authenticity into the WNBA and became the face of women's basketball. Wilson's jealousy campaigns only exposed her own insecurities, while Clark kept breaking records and winning fans. Every petty social media post made Wilson look smaller, while Clark's star grew brighter. Nike's 2026 signature shoe launch will prove they backed the right player. Authenticity beats toxicity every time in the marketplace. Let us know down in the comments below why you think Nike dumped Wilson, and don't forget to show your love for Caitlin. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.